Why am I overlooking defensive replies in mate into chess puzzles? Have you ever felt confident about your mate into solution, only to realize later that you missed a key defensive move? It can be frustrating, but it's a common experience among chess players working on tactical puzzles. The main reason is that mate into puzzles demand you to think ahead very precisely. You need to consider not just your attacking move but also every possible response your opponent might make. Sometimes these defensive replies are subtle or unexpected, making them easy to overlook. Many players focus on forcing moves like checks or captures first because they seem obvious. But in mate into puzzles, the winning move often starts with a quiet move, one that doesn't check or take a piece but subtly limits the opponent's options. Quiet moves can be overlooked because they don't seem threatening at first glance. The opponent's defensive options can also be numerous and tricky. They might include repositioning a piece, blocking a check, or even moving a pawn to create an escape route. These moves are often less obvious than direct threats, so they can slip past your calculation. Another factor is the mental bias to expect the opponent to respond with the most obvious defense, like capturing or moving into check. But in reality, the opponent might choose a subtle move that seems harmless but actually prevents your mate. Without careful calculation, it's easy to miss these defensive replies. Lack of practice with themes like Zugzwang and quiet moves also plays a role. These themes are common in mate into puzzles but less so in regular games, so players might not recognize their importance. When you're under time pressure, it's tempting to jump to what looks like the best move without fully considering the opponent's responses. To improve, try to adopt a systematic approach. For each candidate move, list all possible replies from your opponent, including quiet and defensive moves. Then, verify if your mating move still works after each reply. Practice puzzles that emphasize quiet moves and Zugzwang to get familiar with these themes. Work on visualization skills so you can see several moves ahead without moving the pieces physically. Also, avoid assumptions about what the opponent will do. Always consider all legal moves, not just the most obvious ones. Start with simpler mate into puzzles and gradually increase difficulty. This will help you build confidence in spotting defensive replies. Remember, overlooking defensive replies happens because of a natural focus on forcing moves and unfamiliarity with subtle defensive ideas. By practicing systematic calculation and studying puzzles that highlight quiet moves, you can train your mind to see all the possible defenses and avoid missing them. This way, your tactical calculation will become sharper, and you'll find the right move more often.